FELIPE ATABAPO.
I place to correct the error you made in leaving us before your task was accomplished. It is my purpose to induce you to return and complete what is required of you.
You can talk plainer than that.
I believe I am making myself perfectly clear. You, Doc Long, and you, Jack Packard, are required to return to the place you know as the Lost Plateau.
I think first you'd better tell us who requires this of us.
That I have no power to do.
Well, at least tell us what we're expected to do when we get there.
In due time, that will be revealed to you.
You mean it's your intention of persuading us to go back to the Lost Plateau without any good reason? Yeah, at least you might tell us how much of the Long Green area is in it for us.
Long Green?
The stuff that comes out of the United States Mint. Pesos to you boys south of the border. I was talking about money.
Money is a plaything for little minds. The toys of adolescent civilization.
You don't expect us to make a trip like that for nothing, sure?
I was told you could be mercenary. Here.
Hey, what's it?
Open it.
Looks like a leather sack of coins. Jack, look here. Look in this bag. Old Spanish gold pieces. All sorts of precious stones. Don't be silly, Doc. This isn't old Spanish gold. This goes way back. It's Inca gold.
No, not Inca. That gold was coined while yet this North America of yours was still under the waters of the great ocean.
Well, these should be in a museum.
It is a small payment for what those in the high place require of you.
Well, Jack, I reckon we can go places and do things without too many questions with this kind of payment.
Now, just a minute, Doc.
Look, there's only one question I want an answer to.
If it can be answered.
Last time we were up there, your higher intelligence, or whatever you call yourself, sent us over on the border of the land belonging to the ape men. And except for a piece of luck, we'd all have been destroyed.
That was because on that occasion you had with you two beautiful women and a man with an evil heart.
And what's that got to do with it?
Other women are not tolerated in the high place.
Other women? You mean?
I'm not permitted to say more.
All right, but what's this business about the man with the evil heart?
The father of the girl, he was a great scientist, that is true. But also he was full of the bitterness of death. Death is something which cannot remain in a living heart. Death is not tolerated in the high place.
And what you're saying is that we came up there last time with our own companions and therefore couldn't carry out the commission which you claimed the stars had in store for us.
Which is true. Therefore, those whom I represent are requiring you to make another journey.
And you will be our guide?
No. But I will direct you in what you must do.
Boy, I don't know whether I want to make another trip behind that big waterfall and up that mile and a half climb up that stairway to the sun again or not.
You will be required to do neither. In fact, you would not be able to find your way to the stairway again if you tried.
Well, I don't know. We got a pretty good pair of heads for such things.
That does not enter into it. The way of the stairway to the sun has been closed up. There is no one on the face of the earth save the high ones themselves who could find the way.
Nobody, huh? Does that mean that we're to fly directly from Caracas to the plateau?
No, you will not fly to the plateau. Not you, nor any other audacious member of the outside world. But you will fly to Caracas from the city of iniquity.
Huh? And you calling Hollywood the city of iniquity?
I use that phrase, yes.
You're going to get mad at the Chamber of Commerce if you go talking like that.
That is beside the point. Here are your passages on the regular airline to Caracas.
You must have a pull with the airline officials.
That likewise is beside the point. When you have reached Caracas, you will be met and flown to a certain point some 200 miles up from the mouth of the Orinoco River.
Somebody will be watching for us, huh?
That is right. At this place on the Orinoco, which is called Ciudad Bolivar, you will transfer to a motor launch, which will carry you to the mouth of the Caroni River and up the Caroni, to a point where the river is too shallow for the launch. At this place, which has no name, it will transfer to an Indian war canoe.
What?
It will transfer to an Indian war canoe, manned by 6 native oarsmen and commanded by a Spanish Indian.
A woman's in charge of the canoe?
Yes. They will conduct you to the headwaters of the Caroni.
So after we leave the Orinoco River, we'll be traveling almost directly south, as I understand it.
That is quite right.
In other words, we're approaching the Lost Plateau from the back, on the opposite side from the stairway to the sun.
That is true.
What's the object of that? Yeah, and what happens after we reach this here headwaters of the Caroni River?
I will answer both questions at once. You're approaching the high place from the east of the south because it is in that vicinity where you will find the hermit of San Felipe Atabapo.
We'll find who?
the hermit of San Felipe Atabapo.
I don't know what a hermit is, but what the heck is San Philip Atapapa?
San Felipe Atavapo is a beautiful countryside which lies at the foot of the great plateau on the south and east. It is a rich land full of natural beauty and wildlife.
You mean it isn't jungle?
No, it is not jungle. But it is covered with great forests, with noble tablelands of fertile soil which is covered with luxuriant grass and flowers the year round. The forests are full of fruits and berries and bird life and animal life. And the plains are alive with deer and antelope and other animals native of Venezuela.
Boy, it sounds like a doggone land of milk and honey you always hear about.
San Felipe Atabapo is a gracious land.
Now, what about this hermit? What's he got to do with it?
He it is who will bring you to the place of the high ones.
Oh, and after we've reached the headwaters of the Caroni, how we go about finding this hermit character?
The way will be shown to you, one step at a time.
Well, let's see if I've got it now. We fly to Caracas. From there, we'll be flown 200 miles up the Orinoco to a place called Ciudad Bolivar. And from there, a motor launch will carry us up to the mouth of the Caroni, up that river to the Shallows, and after that, we'll be transferred to a 6-oar Indian war canoe in charge of a Spanish Indian woman. That'll take us to the headwaters of the Caroni and into the San Felipe Atabapo country. And into the hands of our friend Mahan.
Then it is understood.
Well, time came if you are, Doc. Sounds like money from heaven.
All that took place more than a month ago, and out here, near the headquarters of the Caroni, a long-bark war canoe manned by 6 bronzed, heavy-shouldered natives in loincloths is toiling slowly up the last reaches of the river, full of half-buried trees and sand pits and hidden rocks. In the middle of the craft, Jack and Doc sit on the bottom of the canoe, cross-legged. In the rear stands a gaunt, tall-faced freed woman.
These babies keep up in this canoe without something falling river. I don't know. Go along, how, Doc? River makes a big turn to the head. Just I'll feed it out against me. Well, this isn't bad-looking country, you know it? Yeah, but so far it ain't claimed almighty wonderful as that emissary give us to believe. Yeah, we're not there yet. Now, here we sweep around the bathroom of the... Yeah, here we go. Hold your hat. Here we go around the curve. Hey, what's yonder? Look at those... Those green flames stretching out there. Talk about the land of milk and honey. The land of San Felipe Atabapo. Amen. San Felipe Atabapo. Here we go. Amen.
When you hear Jack say,
Doc, look over there at the skylight. Yeah, it's a man, all right, Jack. You suppose it's one of the 8 men out to get revenge on us?
I Love a Mystery, written and produced by Carlton E. Morse, comes to you Monday through Friday, featuring Russell Thornton as Jack Packard and Jim Bowles as Doc Long, with Louis Van Ruten as the monk, Inga Adams as the woman, and directed by Mel Bailey. This is Frank McCarthy speaking. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
hermits of San Felipe Atabapo. But first, this message. O'clock in the first warm fragrance of a new morning, somewhere to the southeast of the Great Lost Plateau in the land of San Felipe Atavapo, Venezuela. A land in the midst of a great valley with luxuriant plains rolling to the south, while to the east a vast and pleasant forest came down to meet the plain and then marched away toward the rising sun until stopped by the rugged crags of the vast mountains beyond. And here where the plains and the forest meet, Jack and Doc have come upon the hermit. A queer, bright-eyed, happy-go-lucky character, the hermit. He was small and roundish with red apple cheeks, bald with a fringe of fine white hair and blue sparkling eyes. However, he denied that he was either priest or monk and asked that he be called Jeremiah. And now, at 6 o'clock the following morning. I see you have the camp equipment packed up. We're ready to get on our way.
That's right. Once we get a bit of breakfast down our gullets, we'll be throwing our paraphernalia and straw of starches for the journey back and take them to all timber.
How about me helping you with breakfast?
You'll be sitting there in your haunches, getting out with conversation and nothing else.
Okay. Now where'd you send Doc?
There's a bit of a river 100 yards or so beyond those beech trees. I sent the boys to fetch a bucket of water. Oh, now, Jack, he's a fine specimen of manhood.
Yeah, that's all right.
Not what you call literate, I fancy, but a fine pair of steady eyes and the kind of biceps you like to see on a lad.
Yeah, he'll take care of himself under almost any circumstances.
Very well, very well.
I hope you won't mind my asking something, Jeremiah.
I don't know whether I will or whether I won't until you say it.
Well, we've come an awfully long way to get to you down here. We traveled several thousand miles by plane, 300 miles in a motorboat, and then spent almost 3 weeks coming up to Caroni in an Indian war canoe.
Well, if there's anything wrong here to ride in an Indian canoe, it's all of darkness. I never ride in myself. I rather walk by all hours.
Yes, but my point is we've finally arrived, and we've been with you since 8 o'clock last night, but we don't know anything more about why we're here or what's expected of us, and, well, when we did before we left Hollywood.
That's right. You don't do you. Hollywood, I've heard about that place. In California, if I remember right.
You say you're the hermit of San Felipe Atavapo, but we don't even know that for sure.
Oh, Joseph, you hear that? You hear the question Jack is putting to me? He's an impatient one, that Jack Packard. He's impatient and almost as stubborn as a certain jackass I could spit on. Was I sitting there? If he would but be reasonable now, if he would but understand that all knowledge comes to him in teaching, if he would but look and listen and ask no questions.
Well, between you and me and your precious jackass there, I don't like sticking my neck into something I don't know anything about.
Yes, I repeat that to those who seek and to those who are deserving, all things are revealed.
Yes, you talk in terms of mysticism, yet you don't have the look of a mystic to me.
Mystic, is it? He's sort of class as a mystic.
Hi there, Jack. Hi.
No, that would be Doc, returning belatedly with our bucket of water, and just in time to sit down to breakfast some more.
Wait. Hey, if I just had myself an experience. Here's a bucket of water, Jeremiah.
And set it over on this side of the fire. Do you want that jackass to get himself handicapped into it?
I saw the Sergeant. I was over Mule there this morning. No kidding, no. Do they have mirages and stuff like that down in this country? Mirages? Yeah, you know that optical illusion stuff you get on the desk?
Oh, Dad, don't tell us you had an optical illusion already this morning.
I sure did have, or else I've seen something I don't believe. Well, get it out of your system. What was it? A white girl swimming in the river. What?
Love it, Doc. You've been exercising too strenuously on an empty stomach.
Are you kidding? No, sir. She is on the other side of the river, and there was a couple of birds sitting on her arm, and when she went into the water, they kind of flew in circles around over while she was swimming, and when she got out on this side, they come down and lit on her shoulder and arms again. How far away were you? From her? Well, quite a ways. I couldn't really get a good look at her, but everything about it made me think she is pretty strong. Jeremiah, what about this?
What's this? Hallucinations. boy needs his breakfast. Here, sit down, sit down. Both of you sit down while I serve you up some wild hog bacon and homemade flapjack, see?
Hallucination, my eye. I've seen what I've seen. Yeah, even if I don't believe it, I'm telling you the truth.
Truth? What is the truth, eh? Truth comparative. Truth is beyond the limits of man's understanding. Truth is such a dazzling spiritual force, you wouldn't be able to look upon it if you were privileged to do so.
And we didn't ask for any esoteric discussion of abstractions either.
Esoteric discussion of abstractions. Did you hear that sort of process? As fine a mouthful of words as I've come along in many a day. Esoteric discussion of abstractions.
So almost burst from the forest holding a convention. Yeah, a minute ago there wasn't a sheep in the whole neighborhood, and now listen. Coming closer, too. What's the matter, Jeremiah? You look very happy.
May Satan take us for what is about to happen.
Hey, Jack. Jack, look. Look there at the edge of the woods. There's the girl I was talking about. Girl? Yeah. Surrounded by birds. Birds are vicious lies. She's coming this way. She's talking to us.
Oh, you're beautiful. Of course you are. My children, all of you. All right, now, that's enough. Go away. Please, go away. Back to the forest. Oh, you still here? Yes, of course I know all about you. Now you go see.
Have you ever seen anything like that in all your born days? No, I never did. Yeah, she's coming into the camp. 15, 16, every day. Straight as a little boy. Look at that. That's what the Jeremiah was poking from the fireplace back.
Oh, you got to
Watch her till she comes.
Hello. I'm so glad you're here. Who are you?
Oh, you're glad we're here?
Oh, yes.
Yes, you don't know who we are.
No, but I shall be happy.
Oh, well, I'm Jack Packard.
And I'm Uganda.
Well, Uganda, this is Doc Long.
Oh, Doc Long. How handsome you are.
Hey,
But of course you are. I leave it to Jeremiah. Jeremiah is not Doc Long handsome to look upon.
that remains to be seen. Uganda, this is going to be displeasurable with you.
Oh, you. Solid Tarsus, did you see that? Jeremiah scolding me again. Look at Solid Tarsus. He loves me.
Oh, that old jackass gets a silly grin on his face every time you come near him. Oh, the fire, you old fool. She's only begging you to get on the good side with me. Don't you know that?
What are you doing in this place? You, Jack Packard, and you, Doc Long?
it's another secret mission. I'm sure you won't mind us not discussing it.
Oh, yes. Always there are secret missions going and coming across the plains of San Felipe Atavapo. What is it, Jeremiah?
Talk.
Then are you going to invite me to sit down and have breakfast with you?
I will serve you.
No, I wish to be here.
You would not rather...
No, Jeremiah. I wish to be here.
That's what I said. Just please to be seated.
Yeah, sit down here and eat your log, Uganda.
Yes, Uganda. Do you like it?
That's the prettiest darn name I run across in quite a while.
I never could decide. Such a very old name, I couldn't have got away from it had I wanted to.
Here, take these flapjacks and stick them in your face until you're very quiet yourself.
Jeremiah doesn't approve of me this morning.
Uganda, that was a rather amazing demonstration you gave us of the birds.
Oh, yes. They just came to say good morning.
Yes, it was very friendly.
I am known to all the wild creatures in the forest and on the plains. And they are well known to me.
You're an awful little girl to be traveling around this big, lonely world all by yourself. Are you a part of Jeremiah's outfit?
Oh, no. Jeremiah and Solid Tarsus are much too slow to me. All day I go where I please and do what I do. The And then sometimes at night I'll hunt them up and put a campfire little and eat Jeremiah's food.
Well, you're just a little wild thing out here in the woods, but you say?
Do I seem so wild?
No. Matter of fact, you seem like anything but a wild girl.
I'm glad you said that.
But Uganda, who are you? How come you're here?
I am only Uganda. I am here to meet the pet the girl quiet in me. Just as you are here to meet the pet required of you.
Well, what's that mean?
You know that this is the land of San Felipe Atabapo. That this is the testing ground for those who would attain recognition among those in the high place.
Will come to you tomorrow at the same hour when you hear Jack say, "What's the first test we have to perform?"
The first test will be to cross the bridge of rainbow.
KFJZ 1270, which also brings you mystery and adventure every Sunday afternoon and night, invites you to enjoy tonight's chapter of I Love a Mystery, transcribed every night at 10:15 on KFJZ.
A new Carlton E. Morse adventure thriller, The Hermit of San Felipe Atabapo. 4 o'clock in the warm, luxuriant forest fragrance of the afternoon, somewhere in the southeast of the Great Lost Plateau in the land of San Felipe Atabapo, Venezuela. Since 6 o'clock this morning, Jack and Doc have been following through the great beech and ironwood forest in the wake of the black-robed, apple-cheeked little hermit Jeremiah and his ancient, bad-tempered mule, Saul of Tarsus. Jack and Doc on their way to perform an appointed duty for the higher intelligence who seem to reside somewhere on the Great Plateau. That is all Jack and Doc know. Those in the high places watch something of them. They don't even know who Jeremiah is, except that he's called the Hermit of San Felipe Atabapo. And they don't know who Uganda is. She seems to be a child of 15 or 16, a free nature full of naivete, full of wonder, full of joy and laughter. And now at 4 in the afternoon, the little hermit has led his party for 10 hours through the heart of this forest of giant hardwood trees.
Oh, come along with me, mangy jackass. Mother of ices, but you're a boy, excuse for the beast of burden. I don't pay you in here, back between you spurs, grass, hay burner. They say you tie up your snaky tail, oh, baby.
You notice how Jeremiah keeps up a continual conversation with that mule? I suppose even a hermit has to talk to someone.
Oh, so now you've got the whistle water, have you? Now you be wanting to hurry us along, huh? Well, just hold your horses, my fine friend. I'm still boss of this outfit, and oh, there, Doc, have you decided to come up and share company with me and the improvisation along here?
You sure do give that mule a bad reputation, Jeremiah.
Yeah, the one you deserve. Did I hear you say there was water ahead?
Well, right through those beechwoods.
Oh, yeah. Hey, a little forest stream.
We'll stop and give Golden Saucers a drink. All he thinks about is food and drink, an oversized stomach, walking around on 4 legs with an enlarged stream for a conscience. That's all about it.
A pretty little stream of water.
Oh, now. Oh, there. Hey, boy. Now stick your head in and help yourself.
Well, this is shaky and pleasant. Yeah, I could do with a drink of that, and say how I wouldn't.
I'm sure it'll all right. Why not?
You think so?
Nothing within 100 miles in any direction is contaminated. Clean water. This isn't malaria, country. Oh, love us, just drink all of it tonight. Just go upstream there about salt saucers. I wouldn't ask a red-headed Eskimo to drink after it. Then don't make so much noise when you drink either. And wipe off your chin. Oh, you are slumbering at that class as a man, and I've misfortune to old.
Sometimes from the look in his eye, I think he almost understands you.
No, he understands all right when he wants to.
Boy, hey, you should try that, Jack. That water's ice cold and got some kind of mineral in it. Almost like drinking sparkling water.
You know, then we've got to be moving along.
What do we do, wade across?
Well, let's move over a better way. Come along, salt starters. Come along, come along.
Well, if you don't hurt Jeremiah and get his feet wet, I reckon it ain't gonna kill her, and I don't see any other way. Hey, didn't I tell you it was cold? Well, my feet could do with a little cooling off. I'm glad it ain't far.
You up there, up the bank. There we are.
And there we are. Oh, my boot's full of water.
You keep walking, soon dry out. You've got to keep moving.
What are you rushing us to in such a hurry? Someplace we've got to get to before dark?
You get to my place before dark if we step right along.
Your place? You got a place?
No, just fire friend. Can't a hermit have a place to live?
Yeah, I just never thought about it. Hermits are supposed to live in caves, ain't they?
That's right. Nothing like a nice dry cave for keeping a man warm in the cold season, dry in the rainy season, and cool in the hot season.
Are you telling us that you actually live in a cave?
Well, now, if you're going to hold it against me,
Not at all. If you're comfortable in a cave, why not?
that's very generous of you. Come on, saw you long-eared infidel. Move it some.
Hey, what? Seems to be some kind of a commotion among the animals up here.
That will be Uganda.
Uganda? You mean she's this far from home?
The whole forest is Uganda's playground.
But you can't possibly get back home before dark.
Oh, where do you imagine her home to be?
Well, we decided she probably lived with her folks back on the edge of the plain somewhere.
Uganda is an amazing child. And you mustn't be surprised at anything she says or does. As to her home... It's all the passes lay those ears down before I knock them down for you.
Oh, there she is, Jack.
Will you look at that?
Sitting yonder on the ground with squirrels and chipmunks swarming over her. Hey, ain't that a baby skunk she's holding in her arms? Yeah, looks like it. A couple of grown ones on their haunches beside her. Well, pardon me if I don't go any closer.
Oh, you're so beautiful. Of course you are. I love you all. You funny little clothes, don't you? Yes, I do. Oh, yeah, there you are.
She is an animal herself.
Now, imagine her spotting us back here in the shadow.
Oh, go home, you.
Would you look at that? Everything hot-tailing to the woods. Hi, Uganda. Where the heck you been keeping yourself all day?
Oh, I've been miles and miles into the forest. Did you see me with that funny little polecat man? Look at my finger there where he nibbled on me.
Ain't you scared of nothing?
Scared?
Yeah, I couldn't get me to go near that pack of critters that you were sitting among.
You would not?
You're about the bravest little thing I ever come across.
Oh, no, it is not baby. It is the Lord.
Lord.
Yes. Just Cracker, you understand what I'm talking about. The ancient Lord.
Well, I don't know about the ancient lore, but you seem to have a way with animals.
Now, will you stop that chattering, Uganda? We've a way to go yet.
Oh, but you're angry with me, Jeremiah.
Put your long nails on the starters, you bigoted old reprobate.
You know what I would do, Jeremiah?
I
never know what to assume.
Oh, would you like this? I'm going the rest of the way with you. And when we get to your place, I will make you food with my own hands.
That you will not.
Oh, but I will. For you and for you, Jack Crackers, and for you, Doc Long.
Well, I'm going to have me one whale of an appetite when we get through this day's walking. I'm pretty near famished right here now.
Oh, no, you're not thinking. I will get you some.
Oh, hey, that ain't necessary.
Yes, I would like to. You keep going, I'll catch you.
Where the heck's he off to? There's the fire, friend. Don't try to anticipate what that side of thinking has on her mind.
Tell me something, Jeremiah.
I might. And then again, I might not.
Well, you always seem to go into a black mood when Uganda appears on the scene. You fidget and frown and scold like an old woman.
The consequences of that young woman's antics may fall upon my head if it's of any interest to you.
It's of great interest to us. What are the consequences of her antics?
Praise me now, and I would like to know that myself.
And who is Uganda? And that she should be of such great concern to you, and apparently of no concern at all to her parents.
Well, now I tell you, there she comes now, racing through the woods like any other wife.
Doggone, I'd hate to have to run her down.
What is she doing, you can't think of it?
What did I tell you? See what I brought you? Here's our cozy home.
Oh, what is it you got?
Jerry, here's Jack, some for you, too.
No, thanks.
Oh, yes, you must. They are bitter, but just those few will renew your energy. Here, Jeremiah.
That's right, Jack. I don't know where she gets them, but they take away hunger and thirst and give you a lift of vitality.
Oh, hey, they are bitter.
Oh, no, don't stick them out. Swallow just see the way Jeremiah is doing.
Well, I reckon if he can do it, so can I.
Yeah, not so bad after the first one.
Well, I can't say I like for a steady diet. What did you get him, Uganda?
Oh, no. That is my secret with the birds and with the little animals.
Uganda, where's your papa and mom?
Oh, no, Doc, you mustn't ask them.
A mercy?
No, it is forbidden. Those who are allowed within the limits of San Felipe Atabappo are permitted to see what there is to see with their eyes and hear what there is to hear with their ears. But they are not to question anyone or anything with their talent. That is one of the laws of this case.
Well, couldn't I ask just one little question?
If it does not concern the unexplainable, you may ask.
Did you say the unexplainable?
The unexplainable law of San Felipe Atabappo.
Well, I never heard of that. All I want to ask is, are you going to travel all the way with me?
Now, baby Uganda, you come up here and walk alongside of me, eh?
I can answer nothing. My friend Jeremiah is the watchdog.
Come along, come up here and talk to Soul of Tarsus. You're neglecting the critter, and he's in a mean mood.
All right, Jeremiah. But I will promise you this, walk long. When you have passed your probation and are permitted to cross the Rainbow Bridge, then many things will be told to you.
Probation? You mean we're to be tested in some way?
Talk.
You see how angry Jeremiah is. I can say no more. The rest you will have to find out for yourself.
Oh, there you are, Jeremiah. I didn't see nobody around.
You think he'd been deserted?
He was going down toward the river.
Oh, right there. Everything's might be primitive, but there's not polish.
Okay, to go swimming in the river. We didn't bring no swimming trunks.
I never learned to play in my life. Civilization's a long way off.
Well, I was just thinking maybe about Uganda being around.
Uganda was gone this morning before I had my peepers open.
Well, it ain't natural for a young thing like that to be flittering about in the forest all times of day and night. If Papa and Mama thinking about it, let her do it.
If I ever had a daughter, I'd be happy if she had half the poise and self-assurance and comprehension that Uganda has.
Well, if she's my daughter, she'd stay home nights. I know that. Hey, this is as pretty a swimming river as I've seen in a long time. Get out of my britches. There. slip off my shoes. And here I go. Oh, man. How is it, Daddy? It's cold and it's so God's nose, but elegant just the same. Come on in. Okay. Here it is. Hey, this is right off the plate. Cool. Yeah, no, not too bad after the first shot. Hey, Jack, I'll race you at the other side. Yeah, that's about all I want. Come on. Hey, look who's watching us from the other bank. Uh-oh. You're Ganda. Hey, you double-crossing female, get the heck out of here. Hey, you go back into the woods and mind your own business. Don't make such a fuss, Doc. She's so far off. I don't care if she is. Shame on her anyway.
You know what? I was coming with you.
Well, you get clean away from the river and you stay away.
Very well, Doc.
Come on, let's get back outside. Get some clothes on. Okay. You going? Yeah, she's going. She was so far away anyway. I don't care if she is. Idea of her doing a stunt like that. Privacy is privacy, and I got good Texas training to back up what I think. Wait out of here and get in my clothes before she starts any more shenanigans. Oh, here's your towel. I'm getting in my clothes without no towel. A lot more fuss than she was. That's the thing that roused me. She wasn't fussed at all. In fact, we were so far away. Matter of fact, for all we know, she may have thought we had on something. Well, kids can be too smart for their own good. I don't know if I'm going to do myself any good at shaving in cold water and without a mirror. Now, here's a little pocket mirror. I can't do anything about the cold water. Yeah, well, thanks. Cold water, cold hard water won't even make a lather. Just rub shaving soap on my face and get tried anyway. What's on it? Man, that pulls.
Hello.
Coming up.
Can I join you?
There she is again. Go away. What do you say that, Doc?
You don't want to.
Yes, come on if you like, Uganda.
But the doctor's just sleeping.
Oh, come on. I don't care.
Okay, dear. I'm so sorry if I offended you, Doc.
Well, nice girls don't come around when they don't belong.
Nice? What is nice?
Huh? Well, what do you mean, what is nice?
There is good and there is evil. Good is of the mind. Evil also is of the mind. You mean I am evil?
Oh, no, of course I don't mean you're evil. What are you talking about anyhow?
Yes. Have I also offended you?
No, because I think I see a little more clearly who and what you are. Well, I wish you'd tell me who and what she is. You don't make no more sense to me than a Chinese outfit. Who are your teachers, Uganda?
One cannot be taught. One must learn of one's own volition.
How old are you anyway, Uganda?
In this life, I am in my 17th year.
And this? How many lives have you lived anyhow?
In the passage of time, I am a very young soul and have many more lives to live till I am perfect enough in spirit to sit in the places of the Most High.
Hey, what the heck are you talking about anyway?
Oh, Doc, when you get that so horrible frown on your face, you make me want to laugh way down inside you. I am sure you're a much younger soul than I am.
Looky, I ain't no soul at all. I'm a Texas boy of flesh and blood, and all this other life stuff don't do nothing but make me feel silly.
Oh, yes, a young soul and a stubborn one. That is what the high one said about me. It's that I had many, many more lives to live until I was cleansed of pride and willfulness and impertinence.
The high ones? Are we to see them, these high ones?
Oh, no, not for many lives yet. It is a great wonder to me that you are being allowed as close to the great temple as this. And Jeremiah says that you are to be allowed to cross the rainbow bridge, which I do not understand.
That's the second time you've mentioned this here rainbow bridge. Well, what the heck is it? Where is it? Oh, hello, Jeremiah. You waiting breakfast on it?
Hey, wasn't that what was keeping you? No, you came back.
You know, Jeremiah, you've lived alone with solid sauces for so long, you're getting a terrible disposition.
Oh, never duck girl, it's not that jackass that gives me my disposition. It's spreading over you.
But you never had before.
I've never been two young men in the valley of San Felipe Atabappo before here.
Uganda was just telling us that we're a pair of very young souls.
But it's true, Jeremiah.
Oh, Satan take me if I don't know someone who's going to have to face it. Well, it's not for me to be that person.
But Jeremiah, I am speaking only of things that are permitted.
They're not meant for such as these. Well, come along with you. Flapjacks with wild honey and strips of bacon from a wild boar with tarts 10 inches long if they were an inch.
What you do sends me mighty, Jeremiah.
Come along then. Will you be having a morsel with us, Uganda?
Oh, yes, if you are not too angry with me.
Oh, girl, the fire, girl. My anger is like the burning of a dead leaf. One flash of fire and the heat is all out of me.
Of course, I know. Please, Jeremiah, may we not go by the foot of the rainbow bridge?
Uganda.
Please? You said they were to be allowed to cross over.
Oh, I'll be up before the judgment seat long before my time if I have to do as you must
Oh,
know.
please, Jeremiah.
Who am I to say no?
Thank you. Come this way through the trees. Oh, I had to see your faces when you first see
Well,
it.
shouldn't we know a little what to expect?
All I will tell you is that suddenly we come to a great chasm. It will suddenly appear at your feet, so do not take an extra step or you will fall down, maybe 2 miles, maybe 3.
Oh, man. The 2 or 3 mile chasm's come holding ground after all.
Do you see?
Oh, somebody hang on to me.
At your feet lies the great chasm. There, rising over in a rainbow arc, is the bridge.
You mean we're to cross over that great arch span?
Oh, yes, it's breathtaking. There's nothing else like it.
But not, it's fairy. But that bridge can't be more than 10 feet wide. It rises a quarter or half a mile in the air. No railing, nothing but space all about you. And it looks like it goes on forever.
It is 4 miles.
4 miles long and 10 feet wide. That's not a bridge. That's tightrope walking.
Uh-huh. And we're going to do it this afternoon, aren't we, Jeremiah?
Well, you don't need to look the doggone police back.
Oh, there you are, Jeremiah. I didn't see nobody around. In case you've been deserted, we were going down toward the river.
Go right ahead. Everything might be primitive, but there's not of it.
Okay to go swimming in the river. We didn't bring no swimming trunks.
I never owned a pair in my life. Civilization's a long way off.
Well, I was just thinking maybe about Uganda being around.
Uganda was gone this morning before I had my peepers open.
Well, it ain't natural for a young thing like that to be flittering about in the forest all times of day and night. Your papa and her mama thinking about let her do it.
If I ever had a daughter, I'd be happy if she had half the poise and self-assurance and comprehension that Uganda has.
Well, if she's my daughter, she'd stay home nights. I know that. Hey, this is as pretty a swimming river as I've seen in a long time. Get out of the bridges. There, slip off my shoes. And here I go. Oh, man. How is it out here? It's colder than so far knows, but elegant just the same. Come on in. Okay. Here it is. Hey, it's just right off the glacier. Oh. Yeah, now not too bad. That's the first shot. Hey, Jack, I'll race you to the other side. Yeah, that's all I want. Come on. Hey, look from the other bank. Uh-oh. Uganda. Hey, you double-cross the sea, man. Get back in here. Hey, you go back into the woods and mind your own business. Don't make such a fuss, Doc. She's so far off. I don't care. She is. Shame on her anyway. Well, you get clean away from the river and you stay away. Come on, let's get back outside. Get some clothes on. Okay. Yeah. her doing a stunt like that. Privacy is privacy, and I got good tested training to back up what I think. Wait out of here and get in my clothes before she starts any more shenanigans.
Here's your towel.
I'm getting in my clothes without no towel.
Not the most fussed as she was.
That's the thing that roused me. She wasn't supposed to go.
In fact, we were so far away. Matter of fact, for all we know, she may have thought we had on something to say.
Well, kids can be too smart for their own good. I don't know if I'm going to do myself any good at shaving in cold water and without a mirror.
Now, here's a little pocket mirror. I can't do anything about the cold water.
Yeah, well, thanks. Cold water, cold hard water won't even make a lather. Just rub shaving soap on my face, I guess. Try it anyway. Look on it. Man, that pulls.
Hello.
Coming up. There she is again. Go away.
What do you say that, Jack?
You don't want
Yes, come on if you like, Uganda.
to be back at the station.
Oh, come on. I don't care.
I'll take it. I'm so sorry if I offended you, Doc.
Well, nice girls don't come around where they don't belong.
Nice? What is nice?
Huh? Well, what do you mean, what is nice?
There is good and there is evil. Good is of the mind. Evil also is of the mind. You mean I am evil?
Oh, no, of course I don't mean you're evil. What are you talking about anyhow?
Yes. Have I also offended you?
No, because I think I see a little more clearly who and what you are.
Well, I wish you'd tell me who and what she is. She don't make no more sense to me than a time you don't say it.
Who are your teachers, Uganda?
One cannot be taught. One must learn of one's own volition.
How old are you anyway, Uganda?
In this life, I am in my 17th year.
This? How many lives have you lived anyhow?
In the passage of time, I am a very young soul, and I have many more lives to live till I am perfect enough in spirit to sit in the places of the Most High.
Hey, what the heck are you talking about anyway?
Oh, Doc, when you get that so horrible frown on your face, you make me want to laugh way down inside you. I am sure you are a much younger soul than I am.
Looky, I ain't no soul at all. I'm a sexy boy of flesh and blood, and all this other life stuff don't do nothing but make me feel silly.
Oh, yes, a young soul and a stubborn one. That is what the high one said about me. It's that I had many, many more lives to live until I was cleansed of pride and willfulness and impertinence.
The high ones? Are we to see them, these high ones?
Oh, no, not for many lives yet. It is a great wonder to me that you are being allowed as close to the great temple as you. And Jeremiah says that you are to be allowed to cross the rainbow bridge, which I do not understand.
The second time you've mentioned this here Rainbow Bridge. Well, what the heck is it? What is it? Oh, Jeremiah. You put breakfast on it?
It wasn't that what was keeping you. No, you came back.
You know, Jeremiah, you've lived alone with Saul Tarsus for so long, you're getting a terrible disposition.
Oh, never that girl. It's not that jackass that gives me my disposition. It's spreading over you.
Which you never had before.
I've never been too young men in the valley of San Felipe Atabappo before either. Uganda was just telling us that they're a very young soul.
But it's true, Jeremiah.
Oh, take me if I don't know someone who's going to have to face it. Well, it's not permitted that punishment.
But Jeremiah, I am speaking only of things that are permitted.
They're not meant for such as these. Come along with you. Flapjacks with wild honey, strips of bacon from a wild boar with tart 10 inches long if they were an inch.
But you do tempt me mighty, Jeremiah.
Come along, then. You have no more to with us, Uganda.
Yes, if you are not too angry with me.
Oh, boy, the fire, girl. My anger is like the burning of a dead leaf. One flash of fire and the heat is all out of me.
Of course I know. Please, Jeremiah, may we not go by the foot of the rainbow bridge?
Uganda.
Please? You said there would be allowed to cross over.
Oh, I'll be up before the judgment seat long before my time if I have to do with you much
Oh,
longer.
please, Jeremiah.
Who am I to say no?
Thank you. Come this way through the trees. Oh, I'll hide to see your faces when you first see it.
Shouldn't we know a little what to expect?
All I will tell you is that suddenly you become your great cousin. It will suddenly appear at your feet, so do not take an extra step or you will fall down, maybe 2 miles, maybe 3.
Oh, man. The 2 or 3 miles back and some hole in the ground after all. Hey. Oh. Somebody hang on to me.
That's your feet flying for great cycles. They are rising over in a rainbow of people.
You mean we're to cross over that great arch span?
Oh, yes, it's breathtaking. There's nothing else like it.
The map is there. But that bridge can't be more than 10 feet wide. It rises a quarter or half a mile in the air. No railing, nothing but space all about you. And it looks like it goes on for
4 miles.
4 miles long and 10 feet wide. That's not a bridge. That's tightrope walking.
Uh-huh. And we're going to do it this afternoon, aren't we, Grandma?
Well, you don't need to look the doggone police back.